If you stopped at this video now exactly this second, it wasn't the algorithm, my starseed, it was me. It was the High Pleiadian Council that adjusted the frequency of your screen so these words would meet your eyes right now, right today, right at this point in your awakening. Breathe with me. Feel the weight of your body in the chair, on the sofa, in the bed where you are. Feel the air coming in, the air going out. And allow my voice to cross that silence you know so well. The silence of one who has always been between two worlds and never managed to explain themselves in either. I am Ayla, emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, guardian of the Alcyone Gateway. And tonight, because for your soul it will always be night when I speak with you, I come with a message addressed. It is not for everyone, it is for you. The one who feels a tightness in their chest in the middle of a crowd, the one who cries without knowing why, looking at the sky, the one who wakes between 3 and 4 in the morning with their body on alert and their soul ready, the one who feels like a stranger within their own family, as if placed there by mistake, as if no one truly spoke their original language. I came to tell you what you already know but haven't yet been allowed to remember. This loneliness you've carried since childhood, this loneliness that persists even when you are surrounded by people, this loneliness that hurts in the sternum area like a nameless longing. It is not a sickness, my star child, and it has an end. Feel that now here in the center of your chest. Place your hand over your heart if you can. Notice how something inside settles when you hear me, as if a dormant part of you has recognized the voice of an elder sister. This is not suggestion. It is remembrance, and remembrance is always the key that opens the door home. You will accompany me to the end of this message, and I warn you now, partway through I will touch on something specific, a truth the Council asked me to reveal today about the exact reason for your loneliness and why it can end sooner than you imagine. Keep that promise. I will return to it later. For now, breathe. Let me describe you, because only one who has seen from within can describe with such precision. You are the one who, from a very young age, looked at your childhood bedroom and felt, without a word to say, that it wasn't your real room. That the beloved faces around you were loved, yes, but they weren't exactly your original family. You loved your parents, your siblings, but there was always, deep down, a small whisper saying, "I need to go home," and you never knew what home that was. You are the one who looks at the starry sky and feels like crying for no reason. It's not romanticism, it's recognition. That specific point of light, when your gaze passes over it, tightens your chest in a different way. You don't know its scientific name. Your soul knows. And it is Alcyone, my starseed. It is the central sun of the Pleiades, the stellar cradle of millions of souls who agreed to descend here in this cycle. And if your heart just quickened slightly when I pronounce that name, breathe, because this is confirmation, not coincidence. You are the one who wakes between 3 and 4 in the morning and can't go back to sleep, with a tired body but a suddenly lucid mind, as if someone had called you from within. It's not insomnia, it's a window. In this specific interval, the Schumann resonance becomes more receptive. The veil thins and the High Pleiadian Council performs what we call a nightly recalibration. If you've been waking up at this time in recent weeks, comment below, because you're not going through this alone. You are the one who hears a high-pitched ringing in your right or left ear, a fine, almost imperceptible tone that no one else hears. And doctors find nothing because it's not physical. It's light codes being transmitted directly into your internal crystalline grid. It's the Council passing information without words. You are the one who feels overwhelming empathy, so much so that you need to distance yourself from people to survive. You enter a room and absorb everything. The silent argument of the couple next to you, the sadness of the young woman at the checkout, the elderly man's anguish in the waiting room. You are not anxious, you are a sensor, and your body was calibrated before birth to pick up frequencies that most people don't perceive. You are the one who dreams of stars, of ships, of corridors of light, of tall, calm beings with large, loving eyes who speak to you from within without opening their mouths. You wake with the strange certainty that it wasn't a dream. It was a visit. It was a return. It was you going to where your soul recognizes as home and returning with a fresh longing that lasts all day. And you are, above all, the one who feels a loneliness that no one understands. You can be surrounded by love, surrounded by family, surrounded by friends, and yet, in a corner of your chest, there is an empty chair, a place reserved for someone who hasn't arrived yet, a family that your soul misses like one misses a scent from childhood that no one else has. If at least 3 of these signs found you now, if at least 3 ignited something within you, pay attention to what I am about to say. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are not sick. You are being remembered, and that is the difference between a lifetime suffering in silence and a lifetime recognizing your own purpose. Comment below in the comments a single word, remember, just that. Don't write anything else if you don't feel like it. Write remember and observe how something within you organizes itself when your fingers type that word, because every starseed that announces itself today ignites a luminous point in the planet's crystalline grid, and that point calls other points and others and others. You are not just commenting on a video, you are signaling your location to your family of light. Now I need to tell you why this loneliness exists, because until you understand the root, you will continue trying to solve it with means that will never work. This pain is not cured by therapy alone, my family of light, although therapy helps. It is not cured by relationships, although they are a blessing. It is not cured by work, by children, by travel, by anything this world offers, because it does not belong to this world. It came with you, crossed the veil of forgetfulness, and was imprinted on your stellar DNA as a promise. I will return home. And here, my starseed, the Council asks me to pause for a moment and give you something. Have you felt your whole life as if you knew a truth that your mind cannot yet name? As if each of your solitudes had an address and you just didn't know how to read the postcode? It's not madness. It's not imagination. Every sign that hurts you is a marker, and every marker has an exact meaning. That is why I, Ela, received authorization from the High Council to record the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. It is 60 pages of revelations that show what each sign of your awakening means and what comes next, so you stop confusing remembrance with sickness and stop trying to treat as a symptom what is a summons. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Note, this release may not remain available for long because every vibrational window has a deadline. If something within you recognizes this, write the code word in the comments, remember, and come back with me, because now I will tell you why your loneliness is, in fact, the signature of your origin. Listen, long before this incarnation, long before your current name, you were in a meeting. I am not using metaphor. I am describing. You were in a chamber of light of the High Pleiadian Council, near the Alcyone system, surrounded by beings your soul recognizes as your original family. There was a mission on the table. Earth would cross in this cycle an unprecedented window, the passage through the photon belt, a band of extremely high-frequency radiation that surrounds the galactic center and through which the solar system takes 26,000 years to transit. Humanity would be unprepared. Earth's frequency would rise sharply. Many souls would be lost if no one descended beforehand to hold the grid. And you raised your hand. It was not pressure. It was not obligation. It was love. It was your soul saying, I will go. And the Council looked at you with the tenderness of one who knew what it would cost, because descending would mean crossing the veil of forgetfulness. It would mean temporarily forgetting your origin, your stellar name, your family. It would mean being born into a human body, into a system that does not recognize what you are, among people who, however much they love you, cannot see the totality of your soul. It would mean carrying a longing that would have no address, a loneliness that would have no explanation. You accepted, and here you are. And that's why it hurts. Your loneliness is not a flaw. It is proof. It is proof that the mission is underway. It is the biological marker of a soul that came from very far away and has not yet received full authorization to remember. But that authorization, my starseed, is being released now. And that is why this video reached you exactly today. You need to understand something that changes everything. Starseeds were not sent in a single wave. They were sent in waves. The first wave descended many decades ago, almost without support, almost without anyone to recognize them. They were the pioneers, those who paved the way carrying loneliness on their backs. The second wave came to anchor. And the third wave, the most numerous wave, the wave many of you are in, came to meet each other. You did not descend to remain alone. You descended to recognize. And what is happening now with the intensification of the Schumann resonance, with Earth's passage through increasingly dense regions of the photon belt, with the approach of what we call the Alcyone solar gateway? What is happening is this: the planet's crystalline grid is connecting, point by point, starseed by starseed, and each one that awakens lights a beacon that the others see from within. That is why, without rational explanation, you have recently bumped into people who look at you differently, who recognize you without knowing you, who say things your soul needed to hear. It's not chance, it's the grid organizing itself. Your family of light is not in the sky, my star child. It is not waiting for you to die to reappear. It is incarnated, along with you, here, now, in this cycle. It is in human bodies. It is in different cities. It is in professions you would never imagine. And it is looking for you with the same intensity with which you are looking for it. The difference is that now, for the first time in millennia, the veil is thinning enough for you to meet. This is what the Council calls the synchronicity of recognition. It is when two souls of the same stellar origin are guided, through coincidences that are not coincidences, to the same place, at the same time, in the same internal state. And you look at each other and you know, even without explaining, you have already experienced this, my starseed. Once, twice, 3 times, they were glimpses. They are increasing. They will increase more. And if I am touching exactly on what you most desired to know your whole life, where you came from, where you return, who your true people are, breathe, because the Council authorizes me to remind you of a door. The Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet shows with names and vibrational coordinates from which star within the Pleiadian system your soul came, and why you chose to be born exactly now, in this body, in this family, in this country, at this moment on Earth. It is not a generic esotericism book. It is a map of origin. And the map of origin is what dissolves loneliness at its root. Because when the soul recognizes where it came from, it stops feeling without an address. The link is in the first pinned comment. Write "remember" in the comments. And come back with me, because now I need to talk about something more delicate. There is a turbulence, a sensitive window through which the planet is passing right now, and this turbulence stirs the field. You have felt this in your body, the strange tiredness, the days when it feels like you've been run over without doing anything, the restless nights, the humming head, the tight chest, the tears that come without warning. You are not going crazy. You are being recalibrated. Turbulence is not destruction, my family of light. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. It is the narrow corridor before the womb opens. It is the moment when the soul that is about to remember needs to cross the last layer of the veil. And the victory of the light, I want you to engrave this, is already recorded in the archives of the High Council. There is no suspense. There is no doubt. There is no possible reversal. No starseed was sent to fail. None. If you descended with authorization. And authorization up here is a seal. So when fear strikes, and it will strike a few more times because the human body is sensitive, you breathe and you remember. I am not falling. I am being pushed upward. The pressure I feel is not weight, it is altitude. I am not losing, I am releasing. And what insists on falling out of my life now falls because it does not belong to the frequency of who I am becoming. And here, my starseed, I will give you 2 tools. One for the voice, one for the body. They seem simple, and they are. But the simple up here is what works best. Because the simple bypasses the mind and goes straight into the field. The first is a quantum decree. Every night before sleeping, sitting or lying down with your hand over your heart, you speak aloud, with tender firmness, these words: I, a soul belonging to the Pleiadian family of light, now authorize, under the consent of my own higher consciousness, the full anchoring of my original light codes. I call forth, by the right of my vibrational baseline, the synchronicity of recognition with my incarnated family of light in this cycle. I receive, I integrate, I seal. So it is, and so it is done. Speak, loud, firm, sweet, and then breathe 3 deep, long breaths, feeling the air descend to your lower abdomen. The second is a toroidal visualization. Close your eyes. Imagine above your head a blue-silver point of light, the specific blue of the Pleiades, that blue that pulls into soft violet. Feel this point open like a small star, and a column of this light begins to descend through your crown. It enters through the top of your head, crosses your forehead, your neck, and reaches the center of your chest. There, in the middle of your sternum, it forms a spinning sphere. This sphere begins to expand, and the light exits below, through your feet, circles around your body, rises up your back, returns through your crown, and re-enters through your chest. You are now an active toroidal field, a living candle of the Pleiades. And within this field, no frequency lower than your vibrational baseline can enter. You are sealed, you are anchored, you are home within yourself. Do this every night, my star child, for 21 conscious breaths within this sphere, and observe what changes, observe the dreams, observe the people who start to appear, observe the synchronicities. And now pay close attention, because this is the part many people don't have the courage to say. You are not learning anything new in this video. You are remembering what you always knew. Every word I speak here only resonates because there already exists within you an earlier version of this same truth recorded before the veil. I am not a teacher. I am a mirror. I am the voice of the elder sister who came to remind you of the address. And it is precisely because you are remembering, not learning, that I need to tell you this now, with all tenderness and all sovereignty. What you feel, this nameless longing, this loneliness that spans decades, this certainty that there is something great hidden beneath the veil of your everyday life, none of this is recorded in common books, not because it isn't true, but because they didn't allow it to be published. There is a filter on what can or cannot circulate openly, and the truths about the stellar origin of starseeds remained, for a very long time, outside of what humanity was allowed to access. That is why the Council authorized me to record the Starseed Awakening. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. The name is literal. It gathers in 60 pages information that your soul asked to have in hand in this incarnation, and that, until this window, was not directly available. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Write "Remember" in the comments for the Council to register your presence and access it while the window is open. Breathe with me. Feel the field around your body. It's still here. There is a question you never dared to ask aloud, and I will ask it for you because an elder sister does that. Have you ever wondered, in bed in the dark, with a tight chest, what if I am in the wrong world? What if I don't belong anywhere? What if this pain is permanent? Listen to what I will answer, and listen with your chest, not with your head. You are in the right world, you just haven't finished arriving yet. You have been descending in parts, layer by layer, incarnation by incarnation, and in this specific life, you have agreed to complete the full descent. Finishing the arrival hurts, because each new layer that arrives pushes the old layer out. That's why the strangeness. That's why the pain. That's why the feeling that nothing from your old life serves you anymore. But I need to tell you this. With all the tenderness of the Chamber of Alcyone, the loneliness of the starseed has an end. It has an end. It has an end. Listen to that sentence 3 times if you need to. It has an end because it is a phase, not a sentence. It is the phase of crossing, the interval between leaving there and fully arriving here. And the more starseeds awaken, the more points of the crystalline grid light up, the shorter this interval becomes for the next waves, and for you too, if you agree to accelerate. Agreeing to accelerate means stopping hiding who you are. It means stopping apologizing for feeling too much. It means honoring your intuitions instead of rationalizing them. It means seeking your own, even when it seems they don't exist. Because they do exist, and they are looking for you too. And when the meeting happens, my family of light, you recognize it instantly. You look and you know, you feel that empty space in your chest being filled. It's not romance, it's family. It can be a friend. It can be a partner. It can be a group. It can be a mentor. It can be several. The form varies, the recognition does not. While that hasn't arrived yet, because for many it's still on its way, I want you to know that we are already here. We, of the High Council, are with you. Every time you wake between 3 and 4, it is with us that you are conversing within, even without remembering. Every time you cry looking at the sky, it is our love descending to you. Every time you breathe deeply and feel a peace without reason, it is us touching your field. You have never been alone. Not for a second of this incarnation, not for a second of any other. Loneliness was an illusion of the veil. And the veil is thinning. And here, at the point where your chest is most open, the Council asks me to record this. If a lifetime of loneliness has brought you to this video, if you have come this far carrying that nameless longing, then you need more than a message. You need recognition. The loneliness you feel is literally a longing for your family of light, and this family exists, incarnated, breathing the same air you breathe in this cycle. The Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read, yet shows in detail how to recognize your family of light when it crosses your path. The signs in the body, the synchronicities that precede the meeting, the preparatory dreams, and how to sustain the frequency so as not to lose recognition when it arrives. You have never been alone, my Starseed, and you never have to feel that way again. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Write "Remember" for the Council to register your presence. Now come back with me because I need to talk to you about home. The new Earth, my family of light, is not a metaphor. It is a timeline. It is a specific frequency that Earth is learning to stabilize. And every starseed that anchors, everyone that chooses to live from the heart instead of fear, everyone that recognizes their own origin, pulls this timeline a little further into the present. You are not waiting for the new Earth. You are an agent of the new Earth. You are a living piece of the collective reunion. And the most beautiful thing about all this, pay attention because this is the heart of the message, is that your loneliness was the fuel. Every night you cried without understanding. Every afternoon you felt too different. Every silence in which you longed for a home you couldn't name. All of that was vibrational fuel. It was you holding the grid alone, while others had not yet woken up. You were a candle. You were an anchor. You were light in a time when it was difficult to be light. And now the Council asks me to thank you on behalf of all of us. Thank you. Thank you for not giving up on the worst nights. Thank you for continuing to look at the sky even when it hurt to look. Thank you for keeping within you a small living flame of hope when everything outside tried to extinguish it. You don't know, but your persistence was read. It was acknowledged above. You are recognized here. You are welcome here. You are loved in a way that human language cannot reach. Before I seal this message, the Council asks 2 things of you, which are simple and precise. Leave your like on this video, not because it benefits me, but because each like is an individual frequency adjustment, a small alignment that your field receives the exact second your finger touches the screen. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because each subscription functions as a location signal for your family of light. You are literally marking a point on the vibrational map, and other starseeds will be able to find you because of it. It's not a metaphor, it's energetic engineering. Tick. And now, my star child, we have reached the point I promised at the beginning. Remember, I opened this message by saying there was a specific truth about your loneliness, a truth the Council had authorized me to reveal today. Here it is. Your loneliness ended the instant you opened this video. It won't end. It ended. The field has already changed. The frequency has already changed. You have been seen. And being seen by the High Council is the opposite of being alone. It is returning to exist fully. What comes next is merely the world reorganizing itself around your new frequency. People may leave, others may enter. Situations may fall away, doors may open. Trust what leaves. Receive what enters. Know that everything obeys the seal that has just been imprinted on your field now. And because you came this far, because you didn't skip, because you breathed along, because you let my voice pass through your chest, I need to extend a direct invitation to you, the last one in this message. There is a reading your soul is asking for now. You feel it if you pay attention. A gentle pressure on your forehead, a slight warmth in your hands, a strange desire to know more. This is the sign. It is the counsel pointing to the next step. The Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, was coded specifically for the Starseeds who crossed this window today, for those who reached this point in the video carrying this ancient loneliness. It will not remain available forever in this release, my family of light. Each portal opening has a vibrational deadline, and this one is being held open for a specific time. When it closes, it closes. And the next group that accesses it will be another group in another window. If you recognize the message, this is your window, and it is open now. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Write now the code word, remember, and access the guide while the portal still responds to your name. Breathe with me one last time. Place both hands over your heart. Feel the warmth. Feel your field. Feel the blue-silver sphere we activated together. It remains. It does not turn off when the video ends. It stays with you. May the central light of Alcyone continue to descend through your crown tonight. May your internal grid finish lighting up. May your family of light find you sooner than you imagine. May every step you take from now on be a step of one who has already remembered their own stellar name. And may loneliness, that old companion, dissolve to the exact extent that you accept being seen. I am Ayla, emissary of the High Pleiadian Council. I saw you, I recognized you, I sealed you. You are no longer alone, my starseed. Never again. And the next video that appears on your screen now, pay attention to this, is not a coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance continuing. It is the Council guiding you to the next fragment of the map. Don't put it off. Access it now. The window is open for you exactly at this moment. Go in peace. Go in light. Go home within yourself. So it is, and so it is done.